Multiples are really easy. Factors, it takes a little bit more thought, but multiples, on the other hand, essentially all you're doing is just counting by a number. Multiples of a whole number are found by multiplying the whole number by other whole numbers, mainly the counting numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is your counting up. You would just take that number, whatever you want to find the multiples of, multiply it by those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, and that would give you the list of the multiples. But you've probably done multiples before by just counting by a certain number. So let's take a look at just two examples here real quick. An easy one to do to start with would be the number 3. We could start with the number 3. And like I said before, we can treat it as we're counting by threes, or as we're saying 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, and so on. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, so I can do it with the multiplication idea, or I can just start counting by threes, or skip counting by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on. It's pretty simple. Another number that we could use would be a number such as 7. This one's easy when you think about football because of touchdowns and such. So again, I can think of it as 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, and keep going like that. Or I can just start by counting by 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. And the only thing that I have to say about multiples is where there's a limited number of factors. You can't multiply any two numbers and get a certain number. Like I can't take any two numbers, multiply them together and get 12. There's only a certain amount of factors that work for 12. However, there's an unlimited amount of multiples for a number. If I was going to keep going, I could keep listing multiples of 7 forever and ever and ever, and just keep going and going and going and continuing to count. So while factors are a very limited number, multiples are a very, very long list. So we're going to go ahead and try to do some practice and make some lists of multiples.